Maybe you are one of those people that just running your household and keeping everything organized and running smoothly comes easily to you. It is not for me. None of that has come easy to me over the years. I am kind of a type B personality. I don't find myself to be super organized like naturally. I like when I am organized, but to get there, it sometimes takes a little bit. So for me, as a busy homeschooling mom with a lot of kids, I need some things in my life that just help things to kind of run themselves, to help things in my household, in my homemaking, to just run a little bit more smoothly and to kind of like fill in the gaps that I can't do myself. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new, I'm Jess from the blog SiloandSage.com, and here we talk about cultivating your home, your homemaking, your homeschooling, your home pantry, all the things. And today we're going to talk about the things that help that home run a little bit more smoothly, whether you're a homeschooling family like us or not. Now, I have 5 kids that are home all the time because we homeschool. So when we are here, we are all here usually. And there's just a lot of action going on. And as a not naturally organized person, I've had to kind of like create these systems and kind of like create these little easy buttons of things that can help my house run little bit more smoothly because I just need a little help sometimes. And over the years, probably my number one pet peeve in life, in my home, has been vacuums. I don't know. We've had so many different types of vacuums and I've kind of hated all of them. Like I've never found the one, just like shining star that stands out above all the rest until now. I have finally found one that has lasted more than 5 minutes, like a plug-in but battery operated vacuum that doesn't die after a year. So I am kind of obsessed with this Shark vacuum. It's like as large as I am. This is the Shark Clean Sense IQ vacuum. It has a battery, so you don't need to have a cord when you walk around, but it plugs into the wall, to charge the battery. The battery is rechargeable. And this top piece comes off and then you can put this little attachment on so it gets, all the nooks and crannies. Now, this vacuum is probably the first one that I've ever had, the first battery operated vacuum that actually survives. I've had so many little stick vacuums, battery ones, ones that run with a cord, and they all seem to just like die out after a very short amount of time. And this one has lasted us a couple years and I've been very impressed with it. The battery life seems to be very long compared to some other ones. I keep it charging all the time. I keep it plugged in all the time in my kitchen, so it's easy to grab, easy to use. We have cats in our house now, and this is just so easy for like cleaning up all the little messes they make around the litter box, around their food, cleaning up all the mess that children make everywhere in my kitchen. It's just so nice to have it to do like a quick little spot clean when someone is coming over. I'm very impressed with this vacuum, and it has been just kind of like a lifesaver and a game changer in my everyday running of my household to just feel like things are actually staying kind of clean. My next cannot live without in my home is my Instant Pot. Now, I love to cook. I cook a lot from scratch. I like to use whole food ingredients, but I never ever remember to defrost the meat ahead of time. I'm just not good at that. So it's always like 4 o'clock and I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot to defrost the meat. Throw things in the Instant Pot already frozen, throw the potatoes in, and they cook really quickly. I just love how quickly it cooks and just how easy and simple it is, and that you can set it and walk away and you don't need to pay attention to it versus like if you're cooking something on the stove, obviously the pot can boil over. It happens all the time in my house because I'm trying to multitask. So I love things that let me just turn it on and walk away. I also really love the delay start feature. So I use it all the time when my kids have like a sports practice and we're going to be gone. I will put a frozen chicken or a frozen roast in the Instant Pot, turn it on, but put it on delay so that it doesn't start for a few hours, and that way it's hot and ready when we come home. And it is wonderful to come home to like a roast already cooked. You don't need to worry about it. It is just the easy button for my life. Now this one is so simple and so inexpensive. I got these little stretchy covers that can go over like your Pyrex that you put your leftovers in. If you have any kind of like container for your leftovers, you know that somehow the lids always go missing or mine break, and you can buy replacements for them, but finding the right lid that matches the right container always seems like a puzzle I cannot solve. And so having some of these inexpensive lids, and I have different kinds. This is just one of them. These are stretchy. I have some that are like really stretchy and they stretch really far. These just came from the dollar spot of Target. They're nothing fancy. You can, I'm sure, find them everywhere. Find them on Amazon, find them at Walmart. I'm sure you can find them anywhere. The brand doesn't even matter. It's just the fact that I have all of these so that when you can't find the right lid, you can still put your leftovers away without being super frustrated and spending a lot of time looking for a lid. Are you looking to save money in your home? Go to siloandsage.com/save-money to get my free download 45 money-saving tips for your home. Now, one of the top essentials for my home is really just habits and routines. Because the less you have to think about the daily tasks, at least for me, the less I have to think about them, the easier they are. So this includes also routines for my kids. So giving them a task and having them have that job for a really long time has made things so easy for us. Just letting them know this is the job you're going to do for this indefinite amount of time. You're in charge of the dishes or you're in charge of sweeping the floor. So I don't constantly have to be teaching them or reminding them to do a new task. It just becomes a habit and a routine. And then after a while, you can switch the job. And for me, some of those simple habits and routines are things like starting a load of laundry or swapping the load of laundry as soon as I get up in the morning or as soon as I finish lunch. Every time I walk past the laundry room, I know I'm going to check the laundry. I'm going to see if another load needs to be started or if it needs to be switched from the washer to the dryer. Having these habits and routines and systems really has just helped me to not think so much about the tasks that I need to do every day, which has just helped everything run more smoothly. Like I have a system I created for my laundry, and you can watch the video all about that if you want, but it just makes laundry just not even really take a lot of effort because it's just so routine and so habit. So anything that you do regularly that you can make into, just an easy habit that you always do without really thinking about it, that just makes the day run so much more smoothly. Now, I remember when I first got married and I had a cleaner for everything. I had a window cleaner and I had, a bathtub cleaner and I had a toilet cleaner and a kitchen counter cleaner. And honestly, it just made cleaning more difficult because I constantly had to be finding the right cleaner I needed for the right task. Now having one cleaner that I can use for everything is just makes things easier for me. So I use this Thieves Cleaner. It's a concentrate. So you use like one capful. You pour a little bit into this cap and then you put it into a spray bottle. I put it into a glass amber spray bottle and then I use it for literally everything. There is nothing in my house that I don't clean with Thieves Cleaner. Now sometimes I might add like baking soda or I might add vinegar. I might add something to it if I need like an extra oomph to something, or I might just use 2 capfuls instead of 1 just to make it a little more concentrated. But this just makes life easier because even for my kids, then they know, first of all, this is a non-toxic cleaner that is safe for all the kids, so they can use it and I don't have to worry that they're breathing in harmful gases or anything like that. But it just makes it easy because when I say, please go clean this thing, they know exactly what to use and they don't have to find the special cleaner just for that particular job. Now, another essential for my house is my air doctor. Now, I actually have several of these all around my home. Now, these are essential to my home because having clean air is really important. If you are in your house a lot, I read a statistic that your indoor air can be 2 to 5 times or even as much as 100 times as polluted as outdoor air. Like, that's crazy. Now, having things like houseplants and not using toxic cleaners or toxic candles or things like that really helps. But there's gonna be things in the air, and we have pets, and we have a lot of cats actually right now, a lot of cats, and they are smelly and they have pet dander, and we have had issues in the past with mold. So badly that I had some severe health issues that came as a result of this mold. So it is super, super important to me, and to me being like a functioning mom, that we have clean air. So having these air ductors around our house is just essential to me. I cannot do life in my home without them. They filter out things like, any kind of smoke that might be happening when you're cooking, because, I've got a lot of kids that are cooking, and sometimes things happen and there's like smokiness, or if you didn't clean your oven and there's smoke coming out of the oven. That would never happen to you, I'm sure, but it does happen to me. Pet dander, we put an air ductor in the room where our litter boxes are to clean the air. We have a large air ductor in our big homeschool family room, because that helps us to filter out the pet dander in that space so that we can have friends over who have pet allergies. It's made a huge difference for that. And we have them in our upstairs where our bedrooms are for mold, especially because when we moved in, we did find some mold in our attic, and it has since been like remediated, but we want to make sure that we never have issues again like we had in our previous home. And so it's just really important to us. We have them all around our house, and they have been a game changer for us to make sure that our air quality is clean. Now, speaking of cleaners, one of the things that has been a game changer for us having pets. Now, we have not had any pets in our house for a very long time. Like, we had a cat many years ago, and then she ran away, and we didn't get another one. This was probably like 13 years ago, I think. And now we have a bunch of cats, and they're so fun, and they're so cute, and they're so lovely, but they make messes. Pets just make messes. There's accidents that happen, and there's, messes that come from their water and their food and all the things. And sometimes they drag things everywhere, like they, spill the plants when they're little kitties and they get mud and dirt on the ground, or they pee on your carpet. And let me tell you, I do not take that very well. So we have a Bissell little green machine. It's like a portable carpet cleaner, and it has saved us so many times with the little messes that the cats make and the kids make. Somebody spills some juice, it gets on the carpet. The downstairs of our house has white carpet. Who puts white carpet in a family room where you know that there's going to be kids? I don't know, but it's not something I would do. But we have this carpet cleaner, and it has saved us from so many, permanent messes on our cream carpets. For me, this Bissell little green machine is a must-have in my house, at least as long as I have children and pets in the house with me. For me, another must-have in my household is a planner, an actual paper planner. Now, I do kind of a hybrid of, I do have an online calendar that I use, because if I'm on the go, I need to have something that I can quickly see what's on my schedule, or that I can see what my husband or my kids have on their schedules. But I need to have things that I actually can write stuff down on. And so I made myself a planner. It's in my shop if you want to check it out. It's called the Cultivate Your Home planner, and it's also a prayer journal, because for me, that has to be part of it. I have to be praying over my week, praying over my home. So I organized it all into one, and I have my business tasks, my homeschooling tasks, and things that need to get done in our home, or just our everyday life, the things that the kids have going on. So I have pages where I can write things down for the things I need to get done in each area. I have places for meal plan, which I'm not very good at, but whatever. I have a place for week at a glance. I have monthly pages. I need to have places also to just I have pages for homeschooling. I just need to have pages where I can brain dump everything. So I have lots of pages like this that are just notes, so I can brain dump all the things I'm thinking about, put my highest priorities on the list, get things from my head to the paper so that I don't forget them, and also just so I can prioritize, do these things actually need to get done, or can they be saved for another time? So this just helps me to feel more organized, even if these tasks are things that are pushed down the road or don't need to be prioritized right now. It just helps me to like feel more together and feel more organized. And I'm just a person, I need to put pen to paper. So that's why I have a planner. Now for you, it might be a digital planner, or it might just be a calendar. It might be a notes app on your phone that you can jot things down. But being able to take things from your brain to an actual like paper, or, you know, write them in an app in your phone, just helps your brain to like not carry all the weight of all the tasks that you feel like you have to get done. And that just helps your day and your home and your homeschool, if you're homeschooling, just run more smoothly. Now, another must-have for me that is part of my planner is my master meal plan. So this is something that we hang on our fridge, and it just kind of gives an idea of what we could have for every meal. So it's got main dishes, breakfast, lunch, side dishes, and snacks. Now I wrote on it and then I laminated it, and my kids can look at this when they're like, what should I eat today? Because my kids are home, and my kids, most of them are middle and high school. So they generally make their own breakfast and they make their own lunch. And I make dinner for the family 9 times out of 10. So I want them to be able to check this list, see what they can make, give them some ideas if they need ideas for healthy meals, healthy snacks. But it also just helps me on those days when I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm making for dinner, because like I said, I'm not the best at meal planning in advance. I'm not type A, I'm very type B. So this helps me to be more organized, because I always generally have the ingredients for the things that we usually eat. So I keep a lot of these things on hand so I can go into my pantry and just make whatever it is that I'm gonna make, and I can just check on the meal plan or on this master meal plan list and just see what it is that I wanna make for that day. Even if I hadn't actually planned for that ahead of time. And along with that are things, you know, like a household restock. We leave this on our fridge together. All these things go together. And a master cleaning list. So this just helps me to just be more organized and to try to like bring a little type A-ness into my type B-ness, which isn't really easy for me, but it helps when I have things just kind of laid out for me. Now, I also alluded to this one, but having a stocked pantry is a must-have for me. I could not do all the things that I do without having a stocked pantry. So I do once or twice a month grocery shopping. I have a lot of grocery hauls that are here on my channel that you can check out, but I need to have a stocked pantry because I don't want to be running to the grocery store all the time. And I've got a lot of kids. I want to be able to say, go down to the basement and grab this thing, rather than, oh, I forgot, I need this one ingredient, we got to run to the store, or we have to place an Instacart order, or whatever. I need to have these things in my house ready to go. And this just honestly helps me to be better prepared. And it helps me because I'm not a good meal planner. I know that I just kind of have like a formula that I make for my meals. And when I have these different things already stocked in my pantry, whether, you know, it's in my like home canned things down in the big pantry, or in my freezer, or in my little pantry in my kitchen, like I know that I've got the things that I need to make a good, healthy meal without worrying that I need to buy special ingredients. Like I keep it really simple. I keep it really basic. Healthy meals that don't come from boxes, but that, you know, use just simple ingredients. It just makes things so much easier for me. Now, I have a whole video if you want to kind of see how I make meals from my pantry. I have a whole video all about pantry meals that I make. I will link it for you so you can check it out if you want. Another very must-have is just skills, like having the skills to, you know, plant my herbs in the backyard, to can some of my own food, to sew up something that needs mending or fixing, like all of those homemaking skills that I really think have kind of like gone along the wayside and have been forgotten over the years. I think those are really important, but it really does help my home and my day to run a lot more smoothly when I have the skills to accomplish the things that I need. So rather than having to outsource everything, you know, I can repair a ripped pair of jeans, or I can, plant things out in the garden. I can plant herbs that I know are going to come back every year. I can take food and can it into something that we will have in the future. I can keep my pantry stocked. Like, all of these skills are really important. So I have a whole video all about homemaking skills, the homemaking skills that you should have if you want to watch that, because I think that will really help you to have your days and your homes run a lot more smoothly. So thanks so much for watching. I will see you soon in another video, friends. And in the meantime, keep cultivating your home. Bye.